I'm in. Yo, Espira. Espira,
Yes, George?
you want to review some Shoto cards for Crimson Rampage?
Sure.
All right, open up your emails.
Check my email. Okay. Here. Sure. Hey everybody, it's here, and we're back with another My Hero Academia video, and this one a special one because we get to be a part of the creator reveals in showcasing some amazing cards coming out with Crimson Rampage, and these set of cards are very near and dear to my heart. So again, huge shout out for Jasco Games for providing these cards and allowing me to showcase them to the community. I'm so incredibly excited. Just, you know, it's no secret that I love Todoroki. Even when set 1 Todoroki was not everyone's favorite, even though there were a couple of valiant warriors who fought with him alongside me, he didn't stand up to what was able to be done in the set 1 meta. But introducing with Crimson Rampage, we get this Shoto Todoroki right here, and he's already been revealed, but he's so incredibly solid. 6 hand, 27 health with an enhance. Once per turn, your attack gets +2 speed and +2 damage. So right off the bat, your first one gets a buff. Once per turn, your range attack gains stun 2. That's incredibly solid. You guys know I love my giant ice wall strats. And then another enhance once per turn. Both players add 1 momentum to their hand, which kind of utilizes in both as momentum hate as well as being able to extend your attacks in your later turns, which is sick. I absolutely love it. But now Todoroki needs a whole new toolkit because this Todoroki has found some order within him and has decided to use his fire side. And with that, of course, comes a whole new suite of tools available to him. So kicking us off, we have Half Hot Ignition, a 4 difficulty, 3 check, 2 mid block, 4 mid for 4. Breaker 1, you'll love to see it. Fury ranged, anything that's ranged is beauty with everything that Todoroki's trying to do. Fire enhance. So these enhances that have a symbol next to them means that your character needs to be of that symbol. So because we're running Todoroki, he has both fire and water, which means he'll be able to use either or of these enhances. But if you're another character who's on the fire symbol, but not the water symbol, you'll only be able to use the fire enhance. So fire enhance, discard the top card of your deck. This attack gets -1 speed and +2 damage. So it makes it easier to block. You give it a buff up, but if you're using this, odds are you're not really too worried about the damage because you're going to block anyways, or on your end, you've given enough of a speed bump, or you've stunned enough of your opponent's cards that it doesn't really matter, and then you're able to get the additional damage. And the discard's great because, of course, Todoroki loves having things in his discard pile. Even though this one doesn't have the same ability as the 1-dot, at least you're going to be able to set up your Frigid Heat Wave, which is awesome. Water enhance, if this attack is completely blocked, it still deals 1 damage during the damage step, and that goes into the whole momentum aspect of the deck. So you combo with Giant Ice Wall, you're able to give your next range attack stun 2, Todoroki can give stun 2, so now you can chain all of these attack to stun, so everything that you can to pitch things into momentum, utilize really well in being able to go into this stun strat, which I love playing that kind of strategy, and this lends itself really well to that. It's got some good numbers, it has Breaker 1, so as a common, this is incredibly solid, specifically tied to Todoroki. Jumping on to the foundation, and of course something that makes Todoroki incredibly powerful is the fact that once he starts freezing up, he can rise up that heat and begin to defrost. A 3 difficulty, 5 check foundation with a 2 mid block. With the enhance, once per turn, discard the top card of your deck, choose one of the following effects. This attack gets +2 speed and -1 damage, or this attack gets -1 speed and +2 damage. So again, that flexibility of trying to understand if it's something that you want to block, or if it's something that your opponent can't block, then you want to bump up that damage, or you want to prevent that damage. So there's a little bit of mitigation there in trying to understand what kind of works best. And the flexibility is nice because some characters that you play against are really good at bumping up that speed. Some of them are really good at bumping up that damage. So being able to kind of switch and toss between the hard-hitting attacks, but are a little bit slow, or the really fast attacks, but don't deal too much damage, that, you know, you get that nice pivot point between the two, which will be some great utility for the deck. But of course, to bring it all together in the tournament arc, Todoroki brings it all together to use one last finishing move to give Midoriya the 100% fight that he wanted. And to showcase that, we have Searing Glacial Storm. Ultra rare. 5 difficulty, 2 check, It's got me sweating, boys. That's got me sweating. You guys know I'm really bad with those 2 checks. I'm telling you, they gravitate to the top of your deck. But nevertheless, the numbers are really solid here. It's a 1 mid block. It's a 2 high speed, 6 damage attack, ranged, stun 2 built in. I love my stun. Anything I can do to keep on stunning. And we're on order as well, which already has a whole stun kit if you want to go and utilize that in other decks. And it has a order first enhance. Both players remove foundations in their stage until they have 5. End this enhanced step. Whoo! Yo, you gotta be really so here's the thing, right? Like, let's say your opponent did nothing on their turn. So they just got like 10 standing foundation. You slap this bad boy down after like a couple of attack strings or something. They didn't block because they're waiting for like really big attacks late game to be able to block. And it's like, boom! It's basically like a stun 5. You use this. Well, okay, it has to be yeah. So you use this and you clear out their foundations to 5 and then you stun 2. And if I use the giant ice wall before that, stun 2 again. Oh, and if I didn't use my Todoroki ability again, well, stun it again. You know, so it's absolutely insane. Such a great finisher. It has 2 speed, which is a little bit tough, but we've got some ways to add some speed in there. So it's really solid. It's got some good numbers, but the 2 check, man, the 2 check spooks me an incredible amount. I'm not gonna lie. So like I said, this has a lot of utility, right? So in order, you can use it in order character, the entire kit. You can use the orders to really kind of push the stun ability of everything that the deck is doing. And it's kind of cool that all the cards showcase it, right? So in between their symbol enhances, between the, you know, the Half Hot Ignition and Searing Glacial Storm, you kind of showcase what they're all trying to do. On the fire end, you're doing all that modification with damage. On the water end, you're really trying to work with momentum and being able to utilize that to be able to, you know, punish your opponent, deal more damage, do everything that momentum does. Alternatively, we can lean on the stun aspect to keep our opponents shut down and being able to prevent them from being able to do what they want. And that's kind of where that flexibility is. Although I will say, you know, when you're running Half Hot Ignition, let's say there's a consideration there. Do I want to run a card where I only get to use one of the enhances? And you kind of have to balance that out between the two. But in a character that can utilize both, like in Todoroki himself, it is super spicy. I'm super excited to have his kit expand, and I can't wait to see what other cards are, especially in this tournament arc. This tournament arc is so incredibly huge for Todoroki in establishing who he is, who he wants to be, what he wants to do, and accepting himself. And I think, you know, these cards are absolutely gorgeous. Every time I go back and watch the anime at this part of it, I get absolute chills every single time. So honestly, guys, I'm super hyped. I'm super excited. Once again, thank you very much to Jasco Games for reaching out to creators and allowing us to showcase cards like these. And with that said, guys, that's what we got to go. So of course, keep your eyes out for other creators and on the My Hero Academia Facebook page. That's where you get to see all the first looks at the showcases for Crimson Rampage as they ramp up to reveal the entirety of the set. With that said, guys, that's all for today. If you like this kind of video, if you like the skit at the start, I don't usually do those. So like, if you guys want to see more stuff like that, I had a lot of fun making it. So hey, give it a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed that. If you didn't like it, hey, you know what? Yeah, thumbs down works too. If you want to watch more MHA videos as we dish them out in between the set releases and talk about meta and all that, subscribe button's in the corner. And with that said, I'll catch you guys on the next one.